My name is Aaron Coleman. I use he, him pronouns, and I am a 2023 DGF Playwriting Fellow. When I was very, very young, I used to draw cartoons of my classmates in school, these long, elaborate comic books, and I would always tell these really great stories that my classmates really responded to. And I just knew then and there that my calling was to tell stories to delight and entertain other people. And then through, as I grew older, I learned that there was a thing called script writing, and that I knew that I inherently wanted to tell stories and begin to go towards script writing, musicals, plays, and screenplays in order to tell the stories that were coming to my head. The piece of writing that was hugely influential to me is the script to Little Shop of Horrors by Howard Ashman with music by Alan Menken. When I discovered that there was a script version of this movie that I was obsessed with, and I tracked down the script version at Samuel French and read it, I immediately fell in love with the idea of putting dialogue onto page in order to tell a story. And the way that that particular story is told, its structure and its beauty and its whimsy and its humor, was something that told me, I want to do this. I want to create something like this. I want to put words on a page in dialogue that then actors will say something that actors will then repeat back in a stage environment that then has an effect on an audience. I am developing a script currently titled The Man Who Smiles. It is about a black man in his 30s who goes to a small town in the North Midwest and claims that his great-great-great-great-grandfather founded the town. The town's predominantly white, and the townspeople say, we know our town history and that can't be. And the man says, well, let's dig up the body and do a DNA analysis and see the results. And so that happens, and the play is about the ensuing controversy that hits the town once they discover things about their town past that they didn't realize. I get my best writing done if I wake up in the morning, make a cup of coffee, and have some sort of carby pastry, like a slice of banana nut bread, or a muffin, or a croissant, and I immediately sit down and I just start writing. There's something about waking from the dream state and not having anything of the day come in to distract or influence, and just sitting down and beginning. And I find that really wonderful, free-flowing stuff comes out at precisely that moment. And even if I do one little thing like read the news or check my phone, even that serves as a distraction. So that first thing in the morning is the time of day that I get the best writing done. The plays I think everybody should read, well, I have two. Everybody should read Wine in the Wilderness by Alex Childress. I just discovered this play about 2 years ago, and reading it absolutely astonished me. Childress's plays are as good as, by my estimation, as good as O'Neill, as good as Tennessee Williams, as good as Arthur Miller. They definitely need to be a permanent part of the canon. I'm glad they are. But Wine in the Wilderness is, and all of her plays really, but Wine in the Wilderness especially, is an incredible read. I also think everybody should read the original script to Little Shop of Horrors. Even though many people know that story very well, seeing it printed on the page and reading it is just a masterclass in how to construct a solid, entertaining, I even want to dare say groundbreaking piece of musical theater.